It's Monday. It's actually the Boxing Day holiday here, so it's Monday the 28th. I have to go down to the supermarket because I'm out of greens. One of them is supposed to be, it's a mixed green mix packet. Supposedly use by date was the 28th. I hadn't opened it and it's already gone. Yeah, it's all sort of wet and moist and not edible. You could tell I opened it up and it smelled pretty rank. So that was rather disappointing because that was from Woolworths, and I think Woolworths greens are generally fresher than you get from Coles. But I was just thinking, I'm a dumbass. What I should be doing, I'm there by myself. If I don't actually use something like that, just shove it in the freezer. It's so easy to do. It's in a bag after all anyway. It's in a sealed bag if you haven't opened it. So I should be freezing more stuff because, you know, greater waste. Someone actually, one of my subscribers said to me, well, she actually freezes her tomato paste that she doesn't use. She puts it into ice cube containers, but I don't know if I'd put it in ice cube containers, but maybe something a bit bigger than that. I might just work out, just put it in a normal container, because I did that with, I did some slow cooking, and I've got a lot of turkey to get through, so that's going to be my top priority. Mind you, I can freeze the turkey as well, I guess, but I'm going to try to eat the turkey before I freeze it, and that's why I've actually put at least half of the slow cook mixture of beef and veggies into the freezer, so that should freeze up fine. So I just haven't used the freezer enough. I'm just sick of all the waste, especially with the greens, because they just don't really last that long. So in future I'm going to try to get use of most of the pack, but throwing out a whole pack of greens cost me $3 and I got no use out of it. And like I said, today's the use by date, and I checked it yesterday and it was already smelt really bad and off, and it's just been, yeah, and it had been in the fridge the whole time, so work that out. It's not good. So yeah, don't like just throwing money away like that. That's bad. So yep, I've got to use the freezer more. That's what it's there for. You've got a bit of capacity there anyway. It's just me. So actually I went and checked out the place, one of my neighbour's places, and he had a big freezer, so he put a lot of stuff away. The only downside of that is if there's a power outage, you're totally stuffed if it's lasts for any length of time. I guess it's alright for an hour or two, but if it goes longer than that, which is rare, you could lose a lot of food. So, and it does happen from time to time, but we haven't had any really long power outages up here. So as a matter of fact, the power grid's been more reliable in recent times. I haven't had one since I've been back this year, since I've been grounded in effect in Australia and having to live here. I haven't experienced one power outage, so that's pretty good. And what's happening with these lights? Just missed the lights. It's very frustrating. I'm feeling okay though. I think it's good to get out and have a walk. I've been inside for 3 days, so it's not healthy. There's this guy online was actually just reviewing a GoPro 9, which is, mine's an old GoPro 4, so it's a pretty old unit. The GoPro 9 has has 2 screens on it, so that's nice. So you got a rear and a front screen, all colour, which is new, and has 5K as well. I don't know about 5K, I don't even use 4K, so it taxes the resources of your camera a bit. But yeah, it seemed to have pretty good image. It's got great image stability too. So it's got a few little things that are good, but yeah, I don't know. I'll hold my judgment on it. So yeah, I don't know if I'd have to pay probably about $500-600 for a new camera. I don't know. I did actually see a great image online with someone used a camera, and that but it was the camera cost a couple of grand, but it had a superb image, and it was like an SLR camera, so it wasn't as compact as this. This is the beauty of these type of cameras. Mind, it's not just GoPro, there's a few Japanese models that are very compact too, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I should look around and do a bit of research. I want a low light one, and that's very difficult to find, so that would be ideal. So we'll see. Also, I noticed I looked at some headlines. I haven't really talked about news of recent time, but in Sydney I've noticed that there's a few people are getting pretty pissed off with the new lockdowns, and there was a huge crowd at a shopping mall out in the west of Sydney on Boxing Day, and so people just weren't even social distancing. They were crammed together on the escalators and lined up to go into stores to get bargains. I think people have just had it. Also, the beaches were packed. You know, people are just, they were prepared to play along with the government short term, but if they keep trying this shutdown thing for years, people are just going to tire of it. They're not going to put up with it, and civil disobedience is going to reign. So the government's got to come up with a different strategy. Any state government, if they think they can just basically eliminate COVID, they're joking. I've said that all along. They've got to manage it, and with as little disruption to the economy as possible. And it can be done if you're intelligent about it, but I don't know how intelligent our leaders are, to be quite frank. I think they can be pretty dumb. Anyway, we'll see. Ooh, it's only going to be 31 today. It's not too bad, but sun's not out. This feels all right. Might go down this way today. A bit more shade. You don't normally walk down past Office Works. But, that's a good store there. Bought a few things there, and the staff are pretty helpful generally. They're not all conscientious, but most of them are pretty good. And it's very close to where I live, so quite convenient. I also saw, I just double checked the prices of a place I can stay at if I do finally get to sell my place in Parramatta Park. I can end up paying around $300 a week for an Airbnb place, which is quite nice, and it's funnily, it's located just in the same spot as a place I looked to buy. I was very keen on purchasing a place that was just there, but of course I didn't have the money, the cash available, and I wasn't going to get a loan till I have to basically sell this flat to make it work. But yeah, it's further back from the beach. I say 10-minute walk. I reckon it's probably more like quarter of an hour or 20-minute walk, but the beach is accessible, but you just got to go for a bit of a walk. And that's near Clifton Beach. So just interesting, it's just the same block of houses that I've seen advertised. One was totally renovated, and the other one was an absolute disaster. It looked like bikies had been living in it. It was pretty bad. So they were from two different agencies, and to my knowledge they've both been sold, so I'm not sure, but you never know. Just got to keep hammering away. Got to get, my focus has got to be on selling my flat. Once that's done, then I can start making some hard decisions. Oh, I've got the basics of Coles, and it's fun shopping there because everybody seemed to be brain dead today. So not everybody, but quite a proportion of the shoppers didn't seem to have their act together, sort of wandering around in a daze, looking elsewhere, getting attacked by shopping trolleys. It all centres. It wasn't super busy, it was busy but not super busy. One thing what did amaze me was I used my credit card and it worked both at Coles and Liquorland, didn't double click for once. So maybe it's a system error with the credit providers rather than my card. So persevere and just see, hopefully it'll keep working. I'll probably pop into Woolworths tomorrow. Might even have a Guinness because I'll be back on the pills tomorrow. Not back on, I haven't been on these pills before, but I've got some pills to take and they might have some wonderful side effects. So I've got to go and see the doc tomorrow, the hospital pharmacy, and they're going to give me this stuff, and we'll see how it goes. But I feel okay today. It's warm, but it's not as bad as it has been. It's going to be a top of 31 today, and there's a bit of cloud cover, and it's the sun that's a killer this time of year. Although the days are technically getting shorter, so we're getting less light, but it won't really have a positive impact on the climate for a couple of months. Yeah, sun's not out, so it makes a big difference. And quite a lot of cloud. Be nice down the beach today. One of these days I'll make it. I might only end up there as a renter. I'd still rather be renting there than actually living here in Parramatta Park. Yeah, because I'm like I say, if I'm paying $300 a week, it's not too bad really. I mean, it's quite a nice looking place, and it's not far from the highway, but there's actually, the beauty of it is that's the place that's got a Coles right near it. About 1.5 blocks to the actual Coles. Not that I have any cooking facilities there, that's a bit frustrating. But at least I can make sandwiches and stuff like that. And, oh, there must be, I might be able to work out something where I can just boil up water at least to cook up some rice and stuff. And I don't know, I do enjoy having an oven though. It's not a luxury for me. I'm using that oven a lot, and in spite of the fact that it's absolutely, it's way past its use by date. All the rubber's gone, the seal, but it still seems to do the job. Works for me. I could even cook up a pizza on it. So, you know, it still works reasonably well. Obviously not peak efficiency, but it's working okay. The range top still works. And I'd like to squeeze in a trip down to Brisbane at some stage. I had a chat to a friend who's living in one of those student towers. Of course, he's got a cheap as, he only pays $200 a week. It's only a small room, whatever, you know, like a student room. However, all electricity's included, and so there's no added costs. They also provide pretty good security. He says it's very quiet, that's a big bonus, and very central. And he actually rang me today free of charge from Brisbane, because apparently those old Telstra pay phones that you still see around occasionally, they're free to use up until the new year, I think he said. So you can make some long distance calls without any cost. So he rang me on one of those, and I was wondering, I couldn't work out what was going on because he got a call on his mobile while he's talking to me, and I thought, you got two mobiles? And he explained it to me. He's able to use the pay phones for free at the moment. So I wasn't aware of that. So there's a tip for anybody who want to save money on long distance calls. Not that it's a major issue these days. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.